Right, record. Cool. Thanks very much. I'll get more to my story just now, but welcome everyone again. And I want to take you back to the very first day. I want to take you back to your first aha moment. And I really want to explain an aha moment to you. Remember when you got that first job? Or maybe it was when you first got your first salary. It was like, aha, it was really something special that whatever it was, it was like, yes, yes, I finally got it. I got my first paycheck. I can phone a friend and I say, hey buddy, I got my first paycheck. Let's go and do something. And the way so the journey starts. And I want to play on this tonight with the journey of life from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. You see, the journey does start, and it's with great excitement that it starts when you get your first paycheck. But thereafter, the question you've got to ask yourself, and I'm going to ask you tonight as well, so where to? Where are you actually? What is this journey? Where's this journey taking you to? What are the experiences that you're still looking for? How many aha moments have you had in the last month? But you really got excited. Yes, I made it. Yes, I got it. Or the last 6 months, the last year. Dr. Miles Monroe is an evangelist from the Bahamas, and I got to know him very well and worked with him on a couple of occasions. He says most people, their aha moments drown in the richest place in the world. And he says the richest place is in the world is the graveyard because it's in those places where people who had wonderful dreams never achieved them. The books that were never written, the places that were never visited, the things that was never done. And yet we start this journey in life with such great expectancy. And then we end up with a whole bunch of things happening. You remember when you first got your paycheck? There was one paycheck, and yet you could go out and you could party with the boys and party with the girls, and you could have fun and all the rest of it. And at the end of the month, maybe there even was some left over. But then life happens, doesn't it? What happens is in 1988, I started this journey and I first looked at it, and we were under 20, first of all, vibrant, carefree, lovely. Money could go anywhere. It was an actually amazing situation. Then I got married. Now, two salaries should go a lot further than one salary, right? One plus one equals two. But one was enough, two isn't. And all of a sudden, because life starts to happen, now I need a couch. Then we actually needed a bed to sleep in. Oh my goodness, oh, we had to do that. Then we had guests around, we had to have plates and things, and we had to pay rent and we had to pay utilities. Oh my goodness. And so you eventually go along and you get a credit card. And the credit card's fantastic because now you can get those things that you couldn't afford to get because you could buy them on the credit card and you pay off the credit card. And the bank says, oh, you fantastic. You paid off your credit card. You know what? We're going to double the amount that we offered you in the first place. So they give you more credit. And what do? You max out the next amount of credit. And so it goes, isn't it? And debt starts to come in and strangle you more and more and more. Then you have children, don't you? You get a car, and then you start off with a small car, small second-hand car. But then the kids come and you need a bigger car. I remember we had to get a combi because the kids always have friends to be carted around the place. Then there's school, there's education, there's sport. All of these things just need money. And the kids, of course, they want Nike. They don't want something from Mr. Price. Isn't it funny? Then you buy the house because you need a house and more debt and more debt. And so we live our lives. And those things that we really looked forward to when we got started our business, we started our first salary check. We knew that we could travel the world. We were going to do great things. We're going to have lots of aha moments. And then life happens. And it's in that context that I want to share with you tonight because, a holiday might have been an aha moment, might be a plan for aha moment. But now we're going to stay with the family because it's cheaper. They can afford us. Isn't that so? And every time we do anything, it just totals up and we get more and more and more into debt. And the salary just, we run out of month before we run out of money before we run out of month every month. And it just gets harder and harder to get going. I want to share with you tonight an answer to that is a business in a box. And I want to press to you that, yes, if you have a business and you're working for yourself, for your dreams, and focusing on where you want to go with your life and your family, you can do great things. You can have lots of aha moments. Oh, man, aha moments. Imagine a business, no premises, no staff, no bosses, part time or full time. It creates for you walk away residual escalating income. Now, this is massive. Walk away means I can be away for a month, 2 months, and I make more money when I'm away than I'm there because it's escalating and it's residual. It's like you write a book and you get royalties on the book, and the book gets more and more popular. So what happens is they sell more copies, and the more copies they sell, the more money you make. That is walk away residual escalating income. Wouldn't that be nice? I want to show you a business that can do that for you, a business that can create multiple income streams. What do I mean by multiple income streams? Well, you can get money from America, you can get money from Africa, you can get money from Australia, from Europe, from anywhere in the world. Multiple streams accumulating, coming to you every single month. That's what's happened to us. And the great tax benefits. You see, when you have a business, I'm going to explain a little bit more about this now, you have great tax benefits, legally so. The government wants us to start business because then we create jobs and we're doing their work for them. They're supposed to create jobs, they don't know how to. If you can do that, you can create income streams for other people. You are doing a great service to the community. And as such, you get rewarded with tax benefits. Oh man, that's exciting, isn't it? It's not a get rich scheme, folks. I want to show you right. It's what they call a 2 to 5 year plan. Can I be honest? It took me 8 years. Okay, I didn't do it in five. I'm too slow. But absolutely amazing. Once you've done it, you've done it. It's incredible. And once you've done it, you can have multiple aha moments. You know, this is my wife and I, Les. We're now living in a little place called Morgan Bay in the Eastern Cape, or Gaga, as they now want to call it, right on the wild coast. And that is the left-hand corner is in a friend of mine. And, we hopped into his helicopter the other day and flew from Morgan Bay to Port St. John's to have breakfast, and then we flew back again. Wasn't that nice? What an aha moment. I just took pictures the whole way there and the whole way back. Over here in the middle, there I'm taking a yacht through the Knysna to the Knysna Heads, and I think it's a 32-foot yacht, and what an aha moment! It was so exciting. Or there is the Eiffel Tower on the right-hand side with Les, and I even kissed her under the Eiffel Tower. Man, it's just such a romantic scene, wasn't it great? That was not there that at that night, but early on we'd been to there. And there's Dubai. What an aha moment in the old souks. And then there on the left, on the bottom left, um, an aha moment of spending a white Christmas in the Alps. Oh, come on. It's amazing. And then just at the bottom right, this was last month, or this month, I think. We were in Zanzibar, and that was on the beach in Zanzibar in the evening, just before we came home. Aha moments, and there's lots more of them, folks. I want you tonight to have aha moments. I want you to be excited about where you're going and what your future is. You see, you're on a journey, and that journey should be spiced, should be just have steps of aha moments just for you and your family like never before. Let's move into it. You see, I met a friend, a mentor by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. Now, Robert Kiyosaki has written one of the most famous books ever. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. His second book is this one called Cash Flow Quadrant. And in Cash Flow Quadrant, he introduces this cross thing on the left-hand side. And he says, as I'm talking to you now, you all fall into one of four groups, or maybe two or three of the four groups, but either you're an employee and you have a job, or perhaps you're self-employed and you own a job, because you see, both those people on the left-hand side have got two hands, 24 hours. As an employee, you can work overtime, you can work weekends, you can work double time, whatever the case may be. That's you got two hands, 24 hours. That's the only way that you can make more money. As a self-employed person, an engineer, accountant, lawyer, whatever, they're in the same situation, but because they've got to sign off the documents. They've got to make sure that everything is correct. They have lots of little ladies or people helping and assistants with them, but those people can't sign the final document. They've got to do it. And so they own a job. A business owner is someone who has a business system that works for them even when they're not there. In other words, Kiyosaki actually says you should be able to leave your business for 6 months and make more money when you're not there than when you are there. So many people on this call, and very often I'm talking to business owners, and they say that's impossible. I know I was a business owner with a family business when we started out, and I could never take a holiday because I knew the moment we walked out those doors, things started going wrong. And there was no one there to sort the mess out. So, but you need a business system that works for you, whether you're there or not there. I'm going to be moving over to France just for 6, 7, 8 weeks. I think next month we're actually going to get our visas tomorrow in PE. And I know when we all make the same as when I was in the States a year ago or 2 years ago, we were there for 8 weeks in the States and we made more money in South Africa than when we weren't here, than when we were there. How does that work? I want to show that to you tonight. I want you to get a grips of what's going on. When that happens, you start getting more money at the end of the month. So you run out of month before you run out of money. Now, that's an exciting time to be, because now you've got excess money, which you can now take and invest. And you can start buying properties, you can buy silver and gold, you can buy shares, whatever. But whatever you can do, you can start taking that so that your money starts working for you, not you just working for the money. Okay, so this is the migration that Kiyosaki recommends that you take. Can I tell you something? You might have heard of a guy called Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn tells exactly the same thing. This is the way to do it. Ever heard of a guy called Anthony Robbins or Tony Robbins? Tony Robbins tells exactly the same thing. Can I really be bold? Even Donald Trump says the same thing, because he wrote a book with Robert Kiyosaki. He says, why we want you to be rich. And it's so important that you understand that you have a business system. And so you said, when we see this and we see this migration into the business from wherever you are, step by step, you think, and I know it's not an easy decision, but it's an important decision. It's critical that you do it. And if you go into business for yourself, there's certain things that you need. Well, number one, you need to have your aha plans, your aha goals, that when you reach that goal, yes, I've got it. You know you've done it. Yes, how marvelous it is. You also, that's what we call a vision or a dream. It's just the reason that you're working so hard and you're working after hours, because you can't do this business when you're as an employee. You can't do it in the boss's hours. You've got to do it after hours. So there's going to be work. There's sacrifice, no question. But is it worth it? Oh man, just for those aha moments, it is so worth it. All right. You need a product or a service. Well, we have products, and I'm going to talk about that later on. Incredible products. You need marketing programs. Now, there's a training program. We're part of an organization called the Eagle Team. And the Eagle Team does the training like never before. Assets. Well, we don't need assets. The company that's backing us has its offices in over 50 countries in the world. And because of that, I'm just trying to move things around here. They provide all the warehousing, the support, the computers, the staff. They employ people. They do all of that stuff. Okay, to give us a platform that we can launch our business. Sound too good to be true? Well, you'll see they've been running for 50, 60, 70 years, and they're going strong right now because their formula works. They're not greedy. And the admin, the finance, incredible. The company we're talking about, as Melissa mentioned earlier on, is Neolife. Neolife have never bounced a check. They've never been late with the checks in over nearly 40 years that I've been in. I think it's more than 40 years I've been in this business, since 1988. Never, ever. The checks come out within a week after a month end. Boom, there they are in my bank account from all over the world. I think there's well over 20 checks or 20 sources of revenue that come into our account from all over the world, and boom, they get put into my standard bank account at the end of the month. Isn't that amazing? And so we want to share that with you tonight. And so that big business backing is the Neo Life program. Let's get into this tonight. And I want you to get not only just to make money, not only just to have your aha moments, but also to become an investor in your future. So let's go. So, what are the four essential ingredients in a business? As Melissa said, had a business background. I've also been an SME coach of entrepreneurs throughout internationally. So it's best to be able to share the basics with you tonight. It's just such a privilege. Number one, you need a big business to back you. If you're going to start any business today, it's just the world is moving too fast. Everything is happening. You can't have the skills in all the different departments that are so necessary for you to be successful. So we need to simplify that down. You also need unique consumable products which are in great demand. If people want what you have, and if they're unique, they can only get it from you. That's very, very important, right? Because you can go on the internet right now and everyone has got something that they're selling, right? And so if you've got unique, the things that are proven, tested, and just amazing, it works. And what's happened with Neolife in Africa is because their products are so good, they have grown 61% in the last 5 years. The demand is incredible. The country, the continent is so ready for our business. Okay. People say, well, it doesn't get saturated. Listen, we are less than one half of 1% of the total population. So because of that, we are on ground floor. This is launching pad stuff. It's incredible. Okay, move on. A simple, honest, duplicatable compensation plan that rewards you. A compensation plan that gives you, if you just want to work it as a hobby, it'll give you a hobby income. But if you want to work it as a serious business for you and your family for generations to come, it will pay you serious money. I stand and I can testify to that at any time in a court of law, if you like, because I'll show you my paychecks. Okay. And then the final point is so important is you. You need to have an urgent and a powerful desire, a burn, a passion. Says, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I know I need more cash. I know I need more lifestyle. I need more aha moments. I'd just love to have more time, my time, me time. When you have that, it's yes, you're going to, the one thing that you can invest in your future is time. And time equals money. So when you start investing in this business and in the time that it takes to build this business, miracles start to happen. Let's get moving. So this is the rainbow of promise. This is the vehicle, the business opportunity for you. So let's move right on into it. Okay. A big international company with products and a plan for you. Number one, that company is called Neolife. And as you can see, established in 1958 and with the most pristine credentials of any company in the world. No one can say anything bad about Neolife. Their products are phenomenal. Their etiquette, their whole attitude, their whole what's the word I'm thinking of? They just are an incredible company with everything. They hold their principles, policies, and values are just so important. They've been going, as I said, 67 years, multi-million dollar business. I've seen them give some of the distributors $1 million checks. It's crazy. built over 50 countries in the world, hundreds of thousands of subscribers already in the program, more coming on. I've just seen today into our group alone, I think it's 2 or 3 have come on. How exciting is that? And they do it without any advertising because you know what? We want to add value to your life. And when we add value to your life, then you understand and you take hold of that value. Please share it. Please pass it on. That's what we do. And in doing that, we add value to other people's lives. Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people in the world get what they want, you can have anything in the world that you want. Have you got aha moments? Are there things that you really would be able to look forward to and say, yes, okay, that can come for you? How? Well, a simple, honest, duplicable business plan. And number 2, products that work, that are for products that are consumable and that work. So what must you do? I'm going to go through this 3 times, but just in a nutshell, this is what happens, right? They've got the business. The business, they say, here it is. We'd like to offer you a business. This is like someone in a supermarket and you stand there and she's got a tray of goods and she says, would you like one? And this is what we're doing to you tonight. Number 1, so you decide, yes, I'd love to. I register and order online. We've all done that before. That's straightforward. But now you get a 20% discount on every order because you are going to be as a distributor and join in the family, the Neolife family. So now, once you order products, what must you do? Well, use them. It seems so logical. And yet I find so many people in this organization don't use their own products. Why would you buy from the supermarket what you could buy from your own business? It just is illogical. Yet, anyway, so let's get that clear. Use your own products. You save on your grocery bill. We can prove that over and over and over again. And now you can avoid plus minus 4 supermarket aisles. We all been this. I was in the supermarket today. I was in a bunch of them. And I just walked down the aisle and said, this aisle, I don't touch. This aisle, I don't touch. I buy it from my own business. I am a proud business owner who buys from my own business. That's where it stops. That's where it starts. That's it. And then there's a TTP. And I'm going to come over and over again with TTP. TTP is simply talk to people. Once you know the value of what you've got in your business, you want to talk to people. And when you talk to people, you're not selling. This is the key point. The focus here is not about trying to sell them product, not at all. The focus of here is give them the same benefit that you've got and help them save money on their 4 grocery aisles, right? So you refer, it's referral marketing. I refer my friends, I refer my family, I refer anyone that I can all over the world, okay? And they get cash back. They get their 20% discount, and they first start. Hey, the more people I help, let me explain. If you go along and you buy one article from the shop, will you get a discount? Chances are not. In your trolley it goes, there's no discount. But when you go through and you say, I want 10 trolley loads of goods, do you think they're going to give you a discount? You'd better believe they will, because you can take that order somewhere else and they don't want to lose 10 trolley loads. So we want to get trolley for trolley for trolley. So I refer my friends and family, and as the company keeps a record of all those trolleys of purchases, and that keeps it and says, hey, you guys are doing a whole lot right now. You got 10 trolleys. There's 20 trolleys. Hey, you got 50 trolleys. Right now, folks, I want to tell you, I have thousands of trolleys around the world that are every month are shopping these unique, consumable, wonderful products. And the company gives me a couple of percent on the turnover. Isn't that exciting? That's the simplicity of the program. So you earn on the turnover of your total organization. So you want a TTP a lot. Talk to lots of people and offer them what you got. Some will, some won't, no problem. We're looking for those who will. And in this also, there's a 4th element, which is so important, which is personal growth and development. You see, as I was saying, when you start a business, it's a big hurdle to come from being an employee to being a business owner. Yeah, there's things you got to learn, and that's what we do. And there's the leadership that comes in through the Eagle team for you and for me. So the key is this: use the products, teach, duplicate. Use, teach, duplicate. Use, teach, duplicate. I didn't say sell. I said use, teach, duplicate. And away we go. It's simple, folks. And what do you teach? You teach what you've experienced. You teach what you found out. You teach how much money you saved. You teach how much you love the products because you will. Okay. So now, the simple program, you purchase your consumable products from your own online store. And of course, you want to know what are the products. Well, we get to that now. And so you get your own online store. You get your own online website. Neolife will give you a website, which is neolife, or BW if you're in Botswana or whatever it is. But they will have, wherever they register, they'll give you your name, your own website. Now that's marvelous. All your products are going to be listed on that thing. You can see everything. So the 4 aisles, what it happens when you avoid these 4 aisles? Number one, you're going to save money. Number two, they're safer to use. I'll talk about that now. You get a better quality because the company doesn't advertise. All that money that should be spent on that would normally be spent on advertising now gets put into the quality of the product. Major difference. You get improved health and vitality, guaranteed wellness. You will feel better. That I can guarantee you will feel better. You'll have energy more than you've ever had before, and naturally so. It's absolutely. So, what are the aisles? Well, number one is what I call the whole food nutritional supplements. Now, I was in at Discam today, and I walked down up and down the aisles, and I just see an aisle full of supplements, all synthetic. Not all, but I don't even know which is synthetic and which is whole food. But there's a huge difference in the effectiveness between whole food and synthetics. Synthetics are chemicals, and chemicals have side effects. Whole food has no side effects. It is absolutely what nature, as nature intended it, as God designed it. We put it into a capsule, and that's what we put into your body. Even the gel coats are natural. There's no chemicals, no synthetics, no preservatives that can damage and harm you. So absolutely marvelous things. I read a testimony of a lady, and there's plenty everywhere. You can go buy omega 3s on any place in the world. You can buy omega 3s, but what's in those omega 3s? Oh, it could be anything. It could be shark skin. It could be shark skates, rays. It could be whatever fish, eels, and whatever. Okay, but when you have whole food and pure omega 3, the man, one of the, I was in Bloemfontein this weekend, and coming up, one of our friends is Will in his 70s, fell, and he'd had a damaged shoulder before, and he fell on the damaged shoulder. Apparently, Friday night he was in tears. He was in such pain. I said, here's 4 omega 3s. Go. They gave him the omega 3s the next morning. 2 hours later, he said, I can move. This is incredible. The next day, we gave him another 3 omega 3s. And guess what? He wanted it to drive himself home to all the way to Mossel Bay. And so it is. The products are that absolutely fantastic. They work. Number two, professional personal care products. You know, your shampoos, your conditioners, the type of things you'd get from a salon. It's that quality. You use a tiny little bit and for a hair wash, it's just incredible. But we all use those things. Number three, organic skincare. You know, there's thousands and thousands of chemicals they put into skincare products. Chemicals, petroleum chemicals. So you want a bit of diesel on the skin and a bit of grease on car grease or axle grease on this side. Hey guys, that's fine. But when you got organic stuff and it's purest of the pure, manufactured in France, actually, they're getting the botanicals that they use are from France, and it's really high class stuff. I tell you what, guys, you will want to use this stuff because it's much better than an aftershave that stings the life out of your skin. This stuff's beautiful. I love it. It makes me look younger too, which is great. Okay, cool. Then, of course, home care. You know, underneath your sink, you've got all kinds of toxins, poisons. If a child drank that stuff, and my grandkids had to drink that stuff over there, they'd be in hospital and they'd be having stomach pumps out. Even we sell concentrated materials. Even the concentrate, the child can drink it and have nothing is going to happen to them. Isn't that marvelous? Biodegradable, non-toxic, and hugely economical. You're gonna it's gonna halve your household cleaning budget. they'd halve it. I'm telling you. I can tell you now, you for 4 rand a wash or 3 rand 80 a wash of 5 kg of clothing. That's what our product costs. What are you paying from the supermarket? 8 rand. You're paying 80 rand for a 2 kg and you get 10 washes. Here you get 100 and what is 163 washes or something in 2 kgs, and it's just amazing, amazing. So all of that is what you get from the products. So we've got the company and we've got the products. So this can be your solution, but it's up to you. So they do their part. They've done their part. What is our part? Well, let's get into it. Let's get into starting off an opportunity with Neolife. And all of these things all these aha moments can be yours, whether it's more money, whether it is just having a holiday with the family, whether it is going along to the doctor and the doctor says, and I've had this. I went to the doctor a little while ago and he said, "What are you doing here? The appointment's for your wife." I said, "I know, but I need a checkup." He says, "Andy, I'm going to check up everything." I said, "Cool, let's do that." Well, he did. He says did the finger thing. He did the whole works, okay? And he says, "Well, there's nothing." I said, "I know." He said, "Yes, I know, I know, I know. You're a fine specimen for your products." I said, "Yes, I live with that. At 75, I don't take a single uh, chemical into my body, not one. Not interested in all the synthetic chemicals and drugs and things. I don't need them. I don't need chronic meds. I don't have to live with chronic meds." So here is the opportunity. What is your aha moment? You need lots of them. Life is fun when you have aha moments. Okay, so number one, use your products. We've gone through this. I'm doing it again. So, products sourced from your own business, you get at wholesale price and you save money. You test them, you feel the difference, taste the difference, learn the difference, then you TTP, talk to people and talk to more people, no problem. Okay. The products, the home care range, the personal care, the facial care, the nutritional care, 4 ranges. We're not trying to take over your whole life. We're taking a certain portion of your consumable budget, okay, at wholesale price for you for the rest of your life. Now, that's rule number one. That's the foundation rule. Use the products. Number two, let's get into it. Create your own buying group. How do you do that? Well, you start. Let's see what happens. So now you register with Neolife and you get your buying, you get your code from, you get a buying number, in fact, and you get your website and you buy the product and you use it at cost. Once you've now used the product at cost, it's simple. You're going to TTP, talk to people. And as you talk to people, yeah, some will want this, some will want that. And it's like crazy. I had a lady come along and she said, "Andy, I'm on sleeping tablets and I'm on antidepressant." I said, "Oh, please don't do that. Give me a chance." I gave her some of our magnesium, and within a month, she was off the other two. And today, she is my best sales lady. Everyone gets on. She tells everyone how well she sleeps, how she's got over her depression, because her body was lacking magnesium. It's not the product, it's a product giving the body the tool to be able to heal itself. So marvelous. Okay. Yes, you're going to get customers. And guess what? You make profit out of that. You're going to make 25% profit. And we do, quite rightfully so. I'm in a business, I'm a businessman. So, but I talk to more people. And tonight, it's about you guys that we now, the buying group. We're now saying, "Hey, listen, what about you doing exactly what I did? You go along." And there's Melissa. Melissa went along and registered with the company with Neolife, and Melissa starts buying at the same price as everyone else. We all buy at the same price. No one makes any money out of anybody. I got a guy called Louis. Louis goes along, and Louis got started. Louis doing a great job in America, by the way. And then there's Musa. Musa's doing a great job up in Botswana right now. She's just registered a new downline today, a new member. Absolutely fantastic. And so when they start doing what I've done, now there's four of us, and you can understand there's more and more trolleys coming, being ordered from the company. So the key is increase the orders from the company. This is rule number two, share, TTP, the opportunity and the products. Okay, let's move on. I want to show you another graphic of this. So we're keeping it simple, honest, and duplicable. That is the program. Number one, three success habits. Number one, use the products. Number two, share TTP, the business opportunity in the products. Number three, personal development and training. Okay, which I'll talk a little bit about later on. So you start, and the company recommends, hey, 100 points. Now, why points? Because I'm talking about people in Botswana. I'm talking about people in America. I'm talking about people in South Africa. The currencies are changing all the time. What's the value of a trolley of groceries? Well, we can measure each product. Like this one will have a particular value, and the next one will have another value. I've got another one on my desk here, but each one has its own points. Okay, and a point is about $1. All right, so um, there's 100 points that you do your points. But now you TTP and you talk to some customers, and I found a Louis. Oh, you got to find a Louis. If you find a Louis, you'll be excited, right? And then you go along get more customers, and then you find a Melissa, and then you find a Mark, and then you find someone else and someone else. And so when this goes on, can you see there's seven people, seven trolleys being ordered every single month from the company? That's about 700 and gives you the company says, wow, you've done a great job. Let's reward you with what a bonus or a volume rebate or whatever you want to call it in terminology. Retail stores will call it a volume rebate, right? But for us, we call it a bonus. And your profit and bonus is about 750 bucks. Guess what? You're starting to get to the point where you can get your products for free. That's the goal, your first goal. Get your products for free. But now Louis says the next month, hey, Andy, if you can do that, I can do that. I said, Louis, let me help you. Okay, I didn't have to help Louis, by the way. Louis ran ahead of me so fast, I couldn't catch up to him. But anyway, he got along, and another way of doing it, he got two guys who got two each, and there's seven of them. And so Louis earns his 750 Rand. Okay. But the total organization has now grown to 13 people in the organization, each doing 100. That's 1,300. And the company says, hey, guys, you didn't get a 5% rebate. We're going to qualify for a 10% rebate. Andy, so that for your show is 1,700 rands worth of profit and bonus. Okay, Louis is going to get the 700. Next month, he'll also do the same thing. And so, yes, he will do 1,300 next month. But now, so will Mark and Melissa and everyone else. They want to do the same. So when you've got four people, just four, doing this 1,300 points a month and any combination of it, but you do that's 5,200 points a month, your income starts getting to about 15,000 Rand a month. Could you have an aha moment with 15,000? Is that possible? Could you do something really special with 15,000 a month over and above your salary? This is part-time. We're still working the business part-time. It's exciting, but it starts off with a desire and a decision. You got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired, and then you make a decision. I'm going to make this happen. Then you're going to get started. Like your first job. You didn't know the rules. You didn't know what was going on. You just said, "Well, I got a first job. They're going to help me. They're going to teach me." And it's the same thing with your first business. Make this happen. You purchase your business starter kit and get your own web page. Boom, done. Right? It's a step. Right. So the next thing, plus you're going to get literature, product manual, price list, compensation plan, all the things that you need to build your business. Plus 160 Rand. It costs us 160 Rand membership fee with Neolife. And then you get the total Eagle Team kit, which is everything we can give you to make it really win. It's just only for 2,980 Rand. There are other cheaper ways to get it. I'm not even going to talk about them because this is the right way to do it. Let's not hold this thing up high and make it happen. Now you've got a full range of products that you can use. You can love them. You can develop stories and testimonies. You want to start the right way. That is the right platform. Do it. It's the only thing. It now starts your new journey. I want to promise you, we're on a journey to discover aha moments. That's really what we're on to. And it could be the aha moments could be Disney World. The aha moments could be an island adventure. The aha moment could be finishing that new house, or finishing the new alteration to the house, or sending your child and watching your child get capped at university, or just starting a family, or getting married, or buying a new motor car. What is your aha moment? That is so important. That's what you need to be filling your life with, is aha moments. So important. And when you look back and you're my age, it's about legacy. And so you start leading in your business and you lead others and helping others to achieve what they want in life. And you just get rewarded in life with what you want. This is Euro Disney on the bottom left hand side. That's America, obviously, on the top left hand side. And America in the bottom right. And I don't know this, I think the other one was also at Euro Disney with the grandkids. And you know what? I sat the other day with my grandson and I did this presentation. He was sitting right next to me and he said, Opa, I want that business. I said, my son, this business is for you. I'm building it for you. I'm leaving it for you. It's about legacy. And I know that they will have an income for the rest of their lives simply because of the sacrifice that Opa made in his life doing this business. And I've loved the journey all the way through. So let's do a fact check. I know that you have a journey to complete and you have dreams to enjoy. You want your aha moments. You have a vehicle and a business system to get those things for you. So my question is, why not? And why not now? Why not? See my formula? Work really hard for 2 to 5 years in a business of your own and earn your passive dream salary. I'll be honest, like I said, it took me 8 years. I didn't do it in five, but I worked really hard for 8 years. And you know what? After that, I resigned from the family business. I walked away from the family business, which was sold eventually for mega, mega millions. But I wanted my lifestyle, I wanted my time, I wanted the residual income that comes in. And because my residual income escalates 10 to 20% every single year, and I've created a legacy for the children and the people that are the most dear to me, my family. Isn't it amazing? It's there for you. Denzel Washington said, success starts with a decision. You finish it with consistency. And that's why I'm doing what I do tonight. I just love it. The more people I help, I just want to help people now. That's all. Have what I've had. We've had so much. We've been blessed. We've cut a path. All you got to do is follow. The secret, though, said Mark Twain, to getting ahead is you've got to get started. I wish you well. And I hope that you achieve your dreams, that you achieve your aha moments. And I really want to say this in closing. Life has a strange way of presenting these things. So one day, when you get onto that 747 and you're flying overseas, it just so happens with all those millions of people that maybe you see me sitting on the plane or getting on the plane, traveling in the same direction. When you do me a favor, come along and say, this is it. This is my aha moment. This is what I worked for. This is what I dreamed for. I've done it. And if it's not me, do it for someone else. God bless you. Let's move on. I'm going to see who's here tonight, and I'm just going to ask maybe a couple of people to share. Mark, I'm going to, well, Melissa, if you know the people on over here, maybe you want to get some people to share and take it away. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andy. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you for that. Mark, I think it would, maybe Mark and Hazel would be wonderful to hear from each one of them. Can start with you, Mark. Thank you, if you don't mind.
Great. Andy, while I was sitting there thinking while you were talking and thinking of the history that we've had and looking at how hard you worked when you owned Farmerama and the kind of lifestyle that you have now. And the kind of places that we've been to, I was thinking of Constantinople when we were in Turkey a year or two back, our trips to Mauritius. But it's not just that. I think that idea of the legacy is really something quite exciting. And this conference that we attended in Bloemfontein this last weekend, to hear young people in their perhaps early 20s and 30s talking about legacy, talking about making a difference. And you hear the excitement in their voices. You realize that you've got something of significance, something impactful and powerful, but something that you can fit into your life and you can make a difference in other people's lives. There's a few people on here who have shared with me some of the difference that this business has made for them. And it's so heartwarming to know that in a time when people are challenged, you can have something that they wake up to in the morning feeling, aha, I've got something that I can do. And I just love the fact that when I travel, I feel that I can connect with people that I wouldn't normally have connected with, and maybe just turn their lives around in a positive direction. So thank you for the opportunity to share this incredible facility that we have, this vehicle that can take us to so many places that we never knew possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. Hazel, are you happy to share? I can see that there you are.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, we had training today, and it was just amazing to hear what people got out of the weekend. And for me, the big thing is that they were going to apply. So it's that gift. I always call it new life is a gift, but it's the one gift that you cannot keep for yourself. If you want it to work, you need to give the gift away. You need to share. And it's amazing how God then pays you when you share that gift. And keep the people in Cape Town, they are really very, very excited. We had a lot of new prospects today at training because people went to the Bloom functions and are just so excited. So thank you very much, everybody. And thank you, Andy, Melissa and Mark. You guys are just next level leaders. We're so fortunate.
Thank you, Hazel.
Be blessed.
Thank you. And I want to just say good night and thank you to everyone, particularly Andy. Thank you for that. That was absolutely incredible. I'm all excited all over again. And if I can just say, if you are here for the first time and you're a guest, please reach out to the person that invited you and just get your questions answered. And just remember, whatever decision you make sure that it is the right one for you. Good night. Thanks, everyone.
God bless.